us, I think, underestimate it. So that the typical human being would, you see, the first 25 years you go to school, the next 25 years you work, then the rest you wonder whether you saved enough for retirement and you want to build that house that is expensive. There's something wrong in that. We spend most of our hours with strangers. In fact, we spend more time with strangers than those we love and our children. And for me, there's something particularly strange about it. Then we wonder why our children become strangers or people we don't understand. But who raised them? Was it the teacher? Was it the TV? Who raised them? Because typically, you're gone 8 hours, you come back, maybe they do homework. How much time do we really talk? And they say the average parent would probably talk to their children not more than 15 minutes per day. On the weekend, maybe it's the washing, it's the clothing, it's the shopping, it's all these things. So literally, children are being raised by strangers. But time then is very important. Time, in fact, is the most expensive thing. It's more expensive. We can buy clothes, we can buy the uniforms, we can buy the houses, we can buy anything, but we can never buy time. Did you know that if you live until the age of 80, you'd have had about 4,100 weekends? 4,100 weekends. That's if you live until 80. In South Africa, they say, we pass away at 65, so that's our mean age, right? So some less than 65. So if you live till 65, you would have about 3,300 and something weekends. If you sleep 8 hours, you have about 6,000 hours left. And if you work a 40-hour week, you have about 4,000. So if you sleep 8 hours and you have 6,000 hours left. And then if you work a 40-hour week, you spend about 2,000 hours of that. So each human being has about 4,000 hours of neither sleeping or working. So depending on what you do with those 4,000 hours, you'll either be a leader or something of a mediocre. So we can waste our lives, I suppose, on TV or on phones, just doing different things. But those who succeed in life believe in the power of their dreams. They understand the time they have because time is short. When you're young, you have a lot of energy, see, but you don't have money. And then when you're older, you have a lot of money, but you don't have energy. And then it's a terrible thing. You might have a lot of money, but the things that you want to do, your body doesn't agree. And it's a sad thing that you work the rest of your life to come and spend your life in the hospital. So everything you work for, you end up just paying. So there's something wrong with the system that we are doing. So when we think about developing ourselves or being excellent or raising children, we need to bear in mind, like for example, the top tennis player in the world right now is a woman. She's pregnant, Serena Williams. So she's better than, so it's not the top female, she's the top tennis player in the world because of what she has been able to do. But did you know one time, before Serena and Willis were born, her father and mother were sitting on the couch, were watching TV, and the dad was watching tennis, and he thought, but why is it always the white people winning these things? And so he was bothered, so he turned, he looked at his wife, he said, we're going to have children, and they're going to become top tennis players. This is before they were born. He believed in that vision so much that he actually bought a farm, trained his children. In fact, he produced 2 world champions. Sitting on a couch, watching TV, just thinking, my baby, we're going to get children. We will children. The power of vision, the power of understanding time, the power of understanding your mind, how seriously you need to take yourself. And so time is a very sensitive thing. If you mess with that, you can't have it back. So the things that we do, one needs to consider them very carefully. If I told you now, I've got about 100 million in the car, I'm going to get the 100 million, and I'm going to give it to you. What would you do? If you never had to work for money, what would you do? That thing you have in your mind is the thing you shouldn't let die. That's the thing that you should pursue, because it's terrible I remember when we had to study, we had to volunteer. So we used to go to in old age homes and we used to bath the patients there. So I liked asking a lot of questions. Even now I do it for a living, but as a young man I was very curious. And then I would ask the old people. Sometimes they sit there and they kind of rehearsing live, but you can sometimes see missed opportunities. So time is very, very important. So to misunderstand that, retirement might be a bit problematic.